I'm your host, Arwin, and before we start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit, and if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over to Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel and support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I can really use it still. Right, so please support your local Arwin. Right. Fortunately, the weather today again is back to gray soup. It was such a nice day yesterday. The sun and everything. The evening too was like really nice and sunny evening. But yeah, it's this again. With rain too. It's actually raining a little bit right now. So it's a bit dreary out there. Plants don't mind. Right, but yeah. A beautiful day it is not. At least weather-wise. Right, so how's everybody doing out there? It is Saturday, the 20th of September 2025. Temperature is 22 degrees Celsius still. 75% humidity, 14 kilometers an hour wind, 77% precipitation. So yeah. But at least it's not cold. Although yeah, tomorrow it is going to be 16 degrees Celsius again, so it's going to go straight back down. I'll probably be wearing my sweater. But not today, and I don't know why my voice is doing this. Right. So, hope you all enjoyed the show yesterday. It's very flat Earth. Every now and then it's a show like that. Not every day though. I like it. Maybe 5 years ago, I would have absolutely been like, yeah, more. Now I'm like, yeah. Went through it again. And I could go through it again. But for me, it's so... like nothing new is... nothing about it is new anymore. But yeah, I know that plenty of people out there that haven't really dug into it as deeply as I have, so to them it might be new and they're like, whoa, what is this? Oh, this is interesting arguments. And yeah, if you want to know more about that, ask away. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a newbie or whatever, just don't be a troll. Right. Anyhow, hope everybody's having a great day and a good weekend. I did have a good meal yesterday evening, so I do feel fulfilled. And thanks to some support from Gaining Wisdom, I will probably also get through this weekend, and then by Monday I should have some more income available. Let's check right now. Here we go. No, not yet, so that's gonna be Monday. Right. Anybody out there? It's awfully quiet. Yesterday evening and night there were a lot of people just having like a sort of summer outside party thing. And that's definitely over now. Back to autumn mode. Let's just take a look around. Yeah. People are trying to disrupt and create havoc with Charlie Kirk's memorials. Now somebody got arrested who was armed, trying to sneak into a memorial in Arizona under false pretenses. And yeah, the funeral's gonna have that too, but it seems like people are anticipating that. Good, because there's gonna be more of these interlopers that are gonna try that kind of thing. So they definitely need to have their security be vigilant, because these crazies are on the loose. And Trump, I think, now declared Antifa a terrorist organization, or maybe already said that yesterday, I don't know. But yeah, it's not exactly making them stop. Getting worse with it. What's this weird item over at InfoWars? And I mean, it just keeps... the rabbit hole keeps branching off into more and more. Now Roger Stone is saying, oh, it was a deep state secretly actually, like they had a backup man or whatever. So that is kind of typical, where there's like, they organize it that there is a shooter who will take the fall, and then they have like a backup guy who stays in the shadows and like is near and usually like part of security or something. And Roger Stone says that, and I'm not sure, I don't know. To me it's like maybe. I mean, the Secret Service, and this is what I always say, like they are already in the know about all these things, because like they keep track of this activity. Like that's what they do. They keep track of people that are gonna do that sort of thing, and then they should prevent it, but then they end up not preventing it. They just end up letting it happen. So that is my suspicion, that is the case here. I don't really think it was like a Kennedy like organized assassination, but yeah, who knows, man? Who knows what they'll eventually conclude with this whole thing, right? Right, so that's happening. Wow. Right, yeah, nothing that really stands out there, just the typical some doctor in the United States proving that unvaccinated children are more healthy and they suspend his license, of course. How dare he point out the blatantly obvious. That's not what doctors' licenses are for. They are there to apply eugenics. If you want to heal people, well, you gotta be careful because you could have your doctor's license revoked, right? How crazy is that? But YouTube might have a problem with it. Alright, so that's in the title. Maybe it'll be a medical show. Maybe not. I mean, if there's other subjects that are gonna pop up that have nothing to do with this, then I'll probably just replace the title. But this is it for now. If you want to heal people, be careful. You might get your doctor's license revoked. Because I mean that is definitely a real thing. Like, alternative doctors have been like persecuted severely for a long time. Some of them allegedly even assassinated. Like in the early because there were a lot of new alternative medical doctors emerging and getting a lot of traction, and then they literally like mysteriously died all of a sudden. Like a lot of them. That's crazy. Like all of them that like spoke out against vaccines and all that. It was even more tight back then. They wouldn't just like, oh, we'll take your license. No, they would like secretly assassinate you. It's that bad. Because I mean, if they had like followed through and really spread the message, then the whole 2020 COVID rollout. Long time. Pretty sure the Jesuit guy knew. But I was already like an anti-vaxxer back then, so like, yeah, I was not personally a threat. But yeah, even back then, I never expected it to become that big with that much damage. I never imagined that that could be possible until it actually happened. Much, much later. Over a decade later. But yeah, it was planned. So like the nickname Plandemic is very, very appropriate because it was a plan for a long time. I never forget like the whole weird hallucination thing from it back then, or dark world tap-in, you could call it. Because that's what it was more like back then. That I like saw. What is it like? It was like an Olympics show where they basically had all this weird shit, and the Olympics have been doing that for a long time. Weird shit, but like with vax themed and. Television, but in 2011, I think, which is definitely not when it was there. It wasn't there yet. Thing happens, it always feels very eerie. Which is a typical sign, by the way. That's like how I recognize that I might be hallucinating, is because I feel terrible. Like a pressure that you can't relieve. It's very unpleasant, claustrophobic. And that's like every time. Right. Such a weird... I've had such a weird chain of events and experiences. All this stuff that I saw in the future, and... I mean... what good has it done for me, right? I mean, I've never really been able to prevent anything by it. Right, so yeah, this is all I can do, is just talk about things and hope people are listening, and maybe they won't believe me, or maybe they think that I'm crazy, but and I'd be like, yeah, sure I'm crazy, but I mean, just because I'm And the weirdest part is that every time I think back, there's this specific visual components to, well, visions. But there's like visual like structures, like tunnels from one situation to another, and like just being able to remember that like makes me like awe-inspired, because it is time I think back, like, oh, dark world visions from them, that is how it presents itself, and that is literally how it looks, even when I go through it. Except the first moment that I experienced it, I would be inside of one of those bubbles, undergoing it, first person view. And now looking back, it's always third person from the outside. It's fascinating. It really got fascinating even earlier when there were like all these bridges where it's like, I am seeing something in the future, and because of, I don't know, time non-linearity experience and connectivity, I would know how it would end even in the future. I know it would be alright. And then as it happens, I remember from the vision from the past that it would be alright, and then use that knowledge. It's basically like a weird loop. I would be able to use that knowledge to have absolute confidence because I knew it would be alright, even though it hadn't happened yet. And when I knew that was in the past as I would see that moment. It's very strange. But it worked. It's just so strange. What are you talking about, Arwen? You are crazy. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. I mean, even thinking about it, I can't call that normal. It definitely isn't normal. But I've often considered that I think that more people just have these kinds of moments, except the structure of it is just not really filled in. It's just a hunch and they just do it. And they don't think about it. Like, where's this coming from? How do I know this? They just don't understand, can't see the connection. But I, for some reason, through the visions also, just could actually see what is behind it, like in the other dimension. It's so fascinating. It is really fascinating to me, because it's as literal an ability to study like spirit mechanics as you could possibly imagine. It's like, how do these mechanisms in our subconscious through the other dimension that's not time bound actually function? And then just see like a simulated visual representation of these effects transpire from a third person view as it is happening and into the future. It is just incredible. It really makes me feel like I'm an interdimensional explorer. Because maybe that is what that is. Like, people just, they just undergo it. It's like, oh, I know what this is. And I'm definitely not gonna wonder why I know what this is. I just do, and I'm gonna go with it. Right? And I'm like, I have seen this before, and I know how this is gonna end, because I saw it before, and I was really confident because I could see it through time to know that it was gonna end up alright. And because I had that experience about this moment in the past, I am really confident. I mean, yeah. And when you put it all together, it just seems really pointless. But for me, it's like, I could see it. I could see how that happened. I could see, like, the information that comes to you, where it actually came from, and like a weird interdimensional route that it took. I could see it. I could grasp it. And I guess in a way, that is what I wanted. That's in a way what I wanted out of life. I want to see further. I want to really understand it. Even if it is something that's not generally gonna be handled. These are things that people will not commonly be able to handle or accept. It's like, oh yeah, oh that makes sense. They'll just be completely puzzled, or it will make them nervous potentially. Because I mean, a lot of people probably really appreciate, like, oh, I have control over my experience, it's exactly how I anticipate. They don't want to realize, oh, you're actually connected up to some interdimensional, timeless system of things that play off in the background. That's also a part of you. And that you could theoretically displace your consciousness to a position where you can experience how that happens consciously, but normally you don't. Probably a lot of people that are like, I don't want to go crazy. Like, yeah, I get it. I guess I did want to go crazy. I did want to actually experience that, even though I don't think we're really, like, the way our consciousness functions here in this realm, it's not the most effective type of knowledge to have for your functioning. But I was just so freaking curious that I did, right? Anyhow.
Shut up! Shut up!
And it's definitely not something that I recommend. All of humanity should be able to do this.
Shut up! Shut up!
I don't know if society could still function if they all did that. It would definitely become a very different world socially. But yeah, it's not meant to happen. It's just for me, I guess. The best I can do with it is report out on my interdimensional journeys. Hey, oh, I just went on vacation. Look at all these photos. Like, oh, it was such a nice weather. It's like, I just went on a trip in the other dimension. And it made all these timeless connections. And here's my report. Like, okay. Yep. That's Arwin. Hey, hello, sit the beat, okay. Told us not to get the you-know-what back on you. Yeah, I know, I made a lot of effort to do that. Got a whole bunch of shows deleted, even though I sort of used hobo code most of the time. But yes, I really made effort. Like, please don't end yourself. Don't create don't give yourself a medical condition or risk death. And I'm very happy that I did that. It's like, thank God that I had the courage to do that. That I decided that. Back then, though, I did think that the end result would be even worse. I mean, a lot of people have died, but not as many as I thought would die. Although it's not over yet. I mean, there's a lot of people that are now just like at a higher risk of everything. And so, if anything else comes on their path, they are a much higher risk to die from that as like a secondary result. So the world has like been extremely negatively impacted by all of it nonetheless. But I'm very happy that I was shouting from my little corner on YouTube about, take the shot and die then, you idiot. Right? I did that a lot of times. I was being very aggressive about it, but I was like anxious. People were completely hypnotized. Now people are out of it, so they're like, yeah, okay, fair enough. But back then they were like, no, we have to do it or things won't get back to normal. All critical thought was just completely off with a lot of people. So you just had to like, don't fucking take it, you idiot! You had to do that. Or people just would not listen. Just line up and take it. Luckily it wasn't as catastrophic as we thought. Yeah, but... yeah, not as much as we thought, but it has still been catastrophic though. It's just that the result is more slow burning. But the impact has been absolutely dramatic and future prospects have been changed forever. Glad you listened to me back then. Yeah, I am very glad that you listened to me too. Very glad indeed. I mean, there were actual people there that were like, oh no, it's no problem. Oh, just took another one. I think a lot of them actually have died. Because I haven't seen them back. Like, hey, remember 5 years ago? I'm still fine. Nope. So, yeah. There were literally like people going around like, I'm taking the shot. It's like they were like legally committing suicide with it. They just knew. And they were like, I'm taking the shot. You should do it too. Like, but you're gonna die, you idiot. They're like, no, I'm not. And they just keep doing it and do it. And then eventually, yeah, you're gonna get complications. And then it's bye-bye. If you keep doing it. Like, having a shot one time is one thing. Which is what most people did. And then after that, first they immediately like, I'm not doing that again. This is nonsense. And they were the lucky ones. Because a lot of them did not really get any damage from it. A lot of it was saline and all that. But there have been people that are just like, take every damn shot they say. Every damn one. And like, a lot of them are dead. Or like severely disabled. But that was not the majority of people, though. Jesus Christ, Diver Sailor. Fucked up. No negative effects. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I think that either you're a liar, or you have been incredibly lucky. And just only got saline. Because there is no positive effect you can get out of these shots. Yeah, they're not vaccines. They don't actually follow those principles at all. So either you've been incredibly lucky and got all saline, or you have been affected and you've just didn't pick up on it or haven't tested for it. Yeah, but you're a fool. You're actually a fool to do that. To have taken that many. It's incredibly stupid. I hope you reconsider. Never do that again. You're giving money to complete criminals in the process anyway by doing it. Anyhow. Yeah, this is the moment where I say you're a fucking liar, Diver Sailor. You're a fucking liar. Nobody died. Like, maybe a handful of people worldwide. So you're a fucking liar. I think you're a big pharma shield at this point. I think you probably didn't even take the supposed 8 shots. I think you're just a liar and... bah. Didn't know that about you, or forgot. Don't want to see you here again. Star of Car Crash TV, okay. Hello? Yeah. I will not have any frickin' big pharma liars in this chat. They're just telling you, I will fucking ban you straight out. Ban you straight out. No mercy. As far as I'm concerned, you're worse than trolls. Anybody who shills for big pharma vaccines is a freaking devil worshipper as far as I'm concerned. And you're out of here immediately. Yeah. Because you're all liars. Right? But why wouldn't you be? If you're on that side, you're already approved, like, yeah, exterminating humanity and get rich. So, yeah, why wouldn't you just lie about everything? I'm not having you in here. Hey, fuck. Jerking our chain. Yeah, that's why he's banned now, Sid the Beat. Right, whether he's a troll or a big pharma shield, you do that, you're out of here. I don't give a shit. Nothing against those that did. Yeah, sure, I mean, people do whatever you want. If you're gonna fucking lie about it, get the fuck out of here. Yeah? Oh, I know more people that died from not taking the vaccine and getting COVID that took the vaccine. Yeah, you're a fucking liar, scumbag. Like, nobody in the fucking world has that. Nobody. It's bullshit. Nobody freaking died from it, dude. It's bullshit. Yeah? A lot of people back then died from literally going to the hospital in a panic and then getting it basically poisoned through medication and then having some stuff jammed down their throat that literally blows out their kidneys. Like the ventilator shit. Yeah, that's what they fucking died from. Nobody, and I mean nobody, died from this supposed novel virus, as they call it. Like, nobody. You can't die from it. You can just get a bit like, oh, I'm a bit short of breath. This feels really uncomfortable. Nobody's died from that. I think it's like zero people actually died from it. They might have had a really uncomfortable time, but nobody died from it. They died by being scared, going to the hospital, and then basically being forced in a coma and on a breathing apparatus, and that literally kills them. And then they get registered as being death by COVID, because the hospitals would get giant bonuses for that. That's literally what happened. Nobody's died from breathing problems. Like, not a freaking person in the world. No, I don't still go to FED. Lost interest a few years ago. Yeah. No, I left 2 years ago and I'm not going back. And that's what I said. Like, even if I wanted to, they don't want me. Because, I mean, they don't even frickin' believe anything I say. Right? I sometimes, like, hang around in the Discord over there because a lot of those guys there are, like, kind of my friends, so... And I've told them, like, dude, I had frickin' hallucinations, man. Crazy-ass hallucinations, which are purely because of peer pressure and all that. And... it took me a while before I could even figure out that they were frickin' hallucinations. And like, yeah, the only way to fix that is to not be part of that group, and so I left. I literally left for medical reasons. Because it was not healthy for me. It gave me a lot of issues, mental and physical. Even though I did, again, learn tons and tons of things there. I do really appreciate it. I'm not gonna like, I hate you! Even though a lot of them seem to do that towards me. It's just, I can't handle it. I don't hate them. I want them to think of me as friendly, and I think of them as friendly. And whatever happened between us was circumstantial. I do not see them as some kind of enemy or opponent or an ex-wife or something. Not at all. But I just don't want to do that. What they do, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to hang around frickin' Neil. Like, I can't do that anymore. The guy's frickin' insane. Like, every time I got there, it's like he just starts barking like a crazed dog every goddamn time. Like, I'm not gonna deal with that anymore. Yeah. So, yeah, the answer is no. Can't stick that deal. But yeah. I know. I want to put my statement. I might be crazy, but I'm not lying. I'm putting it in there. Can you explain the celestial sphere with the staircase Earth, please? Ah, thank you. That's an actual technical question. Add it to the picture. Scientific white paper? No, that makes no sense. It's all purely theoretical. Like, I mean, you could pretend like it's a scientific white paper, but then I'd just be playing the nonsense cultural science game and competing with the globe science nonsense, which I'm not intending to do. I don't want to replace one religion with another. It's just a thought experiment. It's based on how I put together, back engineer, what I think could be true. And I think that indeed the realm, the shape, the content of the realm could be a staircase. Right, but yeah, the celestial sphere, how does it fit in there? Well, you gotta realize the celestial sphere fits everywhere. Because none of the celestial sphere has an actual position anywhere. It's only apparently there for anything that views. Anything that can see will see it. A camera, an eyeball, a detector perhaps, anything photosensitive. It will see it as a celestial sphere that surrounds it, and that's it. It doesn't matter what is actually physically there at a vast distance. It's a hologram, and it just follows around the observer. Around it, so right, you're there. You walk around in the celestial sphere, apparently, not actually, moves with you because none of it has an actual position. It's like a hologram that just follows the observer around. That's how you should see it. And when you realize that, dude, the shape could be anything. Oh, thank you, Sid. Thank you for recognizing that. Yes, I am the one that actually tries to work out a model with the Earth. That's right. And I'm not just stuck trying to like have a brand and then like advertise for that brand. It's this. No, I'm trying to dynamically figure out what things could be. And instead of just staring at one thing, I'm like looking around, considering other options, and then figuring out the details and then the likelihood and consequences, and yeah, and I keep doing that. This is cosmological theorist. That's what I do. And it seems, I don't know if other people are petrified to do that. I think it's just too difficult. It's actually really difficult to model the entire realm and all of the physics and all of it like inside of your mind. It's actually really difficult to be dynamic with it. I think most flat earthers need all their effort just to visualize the disc earth with the dome already. Like to have that clear in their mind is probably difficult enough as it is. For me, it's easy. It's easy because I just have a very heavy capacity when it comes to internal visualization of things. It's unusual capacity with that specifically. And so for me, it's just like, oh, this. Yeah, easy. No focus loss. Easy to remember. Easy to reconstruct, even if it's unusual. I have a talent for that. Right, so I don't think people are scared to do it. It's just too difficult for most people. I just have a talent. And I'm using it, right? I mean, I have a talent, it stands out. That, to me, is a sign that, hey, it's like God imbued you with a specific skill that not everybody has. Well, that means you're probably supposed to use it then. Because it's rare, and then not a lot of people can do it, so you must be the one that has to do it then. That's how I deal with it. Right, but yeah, celestial sphere. Just put this in the background. Yeah, it's like the celestial sphere over the rectangular looping, but now imagine a continuation of the ground or a side-on view. Combine it with this. So this is a view from the left. This is a view from Antarctica's side, from the south. So from the south view, from the west view. So with the other, you're basically looking from behind the upward ramp. Through it, it's transparent onto the realm that's over here. Here you look. That other view is there from outside of the loop onto it. And this one has like the celestial sphere, but I mean it's just to have that, like, hey, there's a celestial sphere. Because celestial sphere just surrounds the observer, that's it. Why 2 hemispheres? You just need 1/2. Yeah, I mean, technically what you see is always a demisphere, is a half of a sphere, because you never see the bottom part. But I mean, the thing rotates and there's another half. So there's always half of the sphere. You can always see half of the celestial sphere. But you can never see both halves at the same time. Doesn't matter how high up you go, you never see the bottom half. But because all put together throughout time, it adds up in the total things that can be visible about it, it adds up to a sphere. And that's why it's a celestial sphere. But yes, you can only observe half of it at any time. That's right. Under the stairs. Half the spheres under. Yeah, but again, it's not anywhere. Celestial sphere does not have an actual location anywhere. It's not actually anywhere. It's a hologram. It just appears to observation as sun problem solved. Yeah, it absolutely is, and I even predicted that before the final experiment engaged. I was like, yeah, I hope there's going to be a 24-hour sun. I kind of hoped it because the frickin' Discers, they just always scoffed at me, never listened to me. Even when I pointed out, like, hey, disc map, Australia stretched out, that means it's not the literal terrain, and they just wouldn't listen. So I was like, yeah, do a 24-hour sun, just because then they can't just ignore it again. Because it was getting on my nerves. I've been trying to communicate this information for years and years. They would just ignore me every time. And even ridicule me. And so this is like, yeah, how are you going to ignore this one? Oh, it's all fake. Oh, really? Oh, okay. What is the speed of the rotation of the celestial sphere? 15 degrees an hour. Everywhere. It's a standard angular speed. Right? And of course that's also the supposed speed of the rotation of the globe Earth in the globe model. Because that's what they did. They took the celestial sphere, then presupposed Earth is a sphere at the center of the celestial sphere, lockstep matching it, and then they relativity it. They made it relative, say like, oh no, it's not the celestial sphere that's spinning, it's the presupposed globe Earth that is spinning in between the celestial lights that are standing still. That's what they did with the globe model. Right? In the globe model, the Earth rotates at 15 degrees an hour. In reality, Earth is flat and stationary, and the celestial sphere, that is a hologram, rotates around the observer with 15 degrees an hour. That's the reality. Right. Right. Thanks for asking these questions. I appreciate it. Anyhow, yeah, don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking the show. That coffee was nice. I wish I had more. Which is good, by the way, because that definitely means that my anxiety phase is completely over. It's so funny because every time it's over, I automatically like forget that it even happened. I have to like think back, like, oh yeah, wasn't I in a panic? Just forget about it. Don't forget about it when you're in it. But after it's over, it's like, wait, what? I had that? Oh yeah. Just go back to business. Go back to the usual, and you just forget that you just came out of something that was definitely unpleasant and different. Right. I'm happy to be through that, and I'm pretty much through the hungry phase of the month too. Almost through it. Just had some appointments that were kind of like unnerving and got through that very successfully. And being completely honest about everything. And people were even like, oh, you don't have to tell this. Like, yeah, but I am going to, though. I'm going to just be completely honest about everything. Staircase are still flat and stationary? Yes! Why do the stars need to rotate at all? Why do they need to? What? Do they? Well, they just do. I don't know why. Do they need to? Do they not need to? Who knows? They just do that. I mean, you can't even figure out what the hell it is. It just happens to rotate. Idiots are... Yeah, no, that's the stupid troll gang, and they always thumbs down everything every damn time. I don't know why they persist. It's so fucking dumb. And like, nobody cares. Like, oh, really? You think everybody's gonna judge my show based on a bunch of thumbs down? That's retarded. The people that judge a channel based on how many thumbs down they have versus thumbs up, I don't really want those people to watch my show anyway. Because those people don't really pay attention. They probably have not enough critical thought capability to even follow what the hell I'm talking about. So, yeah, I stopped caring about that a long time ago. But I like it when I get thumbs up because that means there's people that actually did that mean it. We see them rotate every night. Yeah. They just do that. Stars just do that. That's it. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. If there's something out there and you can't figure out even what it really is, all you can establish then is what it does, and not why it does that. I mean, people speculate about that, especially astrophysicists love doing that, speculating about things that they can't prove. But that doesn't mean that you then know why. To make a statement like that is folly. Right? Ah. Right, and same goes for like relative density. The more logical, scientific-oriented explanation for what people think of as gravity. It's like, yeah, less dense goes up, more dense goes down. But why? What? What do you mean, why? This is what happens. How the hell knows why? Well, you could speculate. Some people speculate, oh, the Earth is accelerating upwards, and that makes the axis of the density direction. And yeah, that's actually a good argument. One that I also forwarded as like, yeah, maybe. But the thing is, you can never, ever prove that. Ever. Not ever. Ever. Is repeatable and empirical. It is actually scientific, yeah? An object more dense than its medium that surrounds it, it will go down. And if it can't go down further, then it will press. It will suddenly attain what we know as weight and press down. If it's less dense than its surrounding, it will do the opposite. It will go upward unless it is impeded, and then it will press up. And that's just how it works. And you can technically write this out in math. I don't typically do that. I don't really care for it. I like to just describe things without numbers. Tell you like how it works, and it does work like this, even though I don't have the exact metal and all that. Probably just using gravity, if it even is ever needed, is gonna be the thing that to go to, because that formula still kind of works. It's still applicable, even though it's based on basically a non-scientific principle. It's just a description average formula, and it still works mostly. It still suffices to be used, but it's not actually happening like that. It's not, yeah, it's not scientific. It's just math, and it does work. If you want to get scientific, you gotta apply relative density. But I think that not a lot of engineers like actually need to do that. Right? Unless again they engineer surrounding machines that deal with lighter than air fluids. Then it's gonna become relevant to use relative density, because then gravity just won't be sufficient anymore. So there, I hope that answers that question. Getting a lot of good questions today. I appreciate it. Oh, that did not do what I wanted. Alright. Oh, by the way, do you guys also hang around at Discord? Sit, Beat, and the star of Car Crash TV? Or is you just using Rumble? Yeah. Just Rumble. Alright, fair enough. I'm just saying, like, if you want to talk to me face to, well, not face to face, but voice to voice, you could, like, find me on Rumble. I hang around Earth Awakenings and places like Worldwide Debates and all that. I really appreciate today's show and you guys in the Rumble chat. And very amicable, and I really appreciate the questions. Good questions. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't get a lot of people in the chat that ask questions, so I really appreciate it when I do. When the air forms the gradients, will ether always be the lightest and on top of the other? What? I don't think ether is like a physical substance in that sense. Unless you mean the chemical ether. Well, chemical ether is not all that, it's not low density. It's not going to be less dense than like hydrogen. So no. The chemical ether will not be on top, and if you mean the electric ether, well, it doesn't have a density. It's literally just like comparable to a non-manifested electric field, so no. I'm afraid you misunderstand the concept of what ether actually is supposed to be representative of. right? What the Ethereans say is that it is just everywhere in the back. It's like the other dimension that you can tap in, and that creates energy, or it unleashes energy from the ether into the physical. That's kind of how they visualize it, but it's pretty much everywhere equally, according to their concept. And it does not abide to like relative density because it has no density. It's a theoretical field that is everywhere. So yeah, the short answer, no, ether does not go on top. Ah. I'll put the Rumble chat over the Discord chat for a bit, because I mean I want to show everybody that I am actually getting questions here. Got any more? Vlad is yeah, I know Vlad. Ironwork? As a foundry thing? Oh, okay. I had no idea. But yeah, good for him. I should not say it's measured flat and not understand it like empty head. Okay. I don't know why I shouldn't say that, because it is. There's no curve that's proven. Yeah, the geometry is not there. The visual effects are persistently there, even over measured flat surfaces. So there is simply no direct evidence that it is curved. This is for celestial navigation, and how it is utilized also requires a flat baseline and all that. Haven't got a Discord account. Oh, okay. No worries. But yeah, I mean, I will say measured flat because it is. I know Globers like really don't like it, but it is. You can just say that, right? You can say that. You fucking bring in the black swan, and Globers come in with their terrestrial refraction bullshit, and then we just counter it by saying like, this is a mathematical formula, it's not how optics work. Go all the way, all around, everywhere as scattergun into all crazy town, math crazy town like Globers do. But yeah, it is measured flat. It is celestially navigated flat. Can have a angle to a curved baseline, which is what you use, like a flat baseline, take an angle to the star, and then you use that for the navigation. Right, there's no curve that is being measured, there's black swan observations, there's no geometric obstruction. What is the square map in the other chat? That's, yeah, Elak posted that the other day. Is it Tartaria? No. This is just a square and stationary Earth map. It's not literal in my opinion. Elak thinks it is. I don't think so. I can just show you my stuff. Just show the staircase Earth on screen. But I mean, is it Tartaria makes no sense, because I mean, everything. Like, our realm is Tartaria. All of it. Effectively. And by the way, Tartaria, it's just a namer. It's one section of the old world, Tartaria, Tartary, that was really big, and they had griffins and all that in their iconography, and it has been kind of scrapped from the mainstream revision of history, and that's why we name it Tartaria, because it's like one of the things that really stands out was there and is not taken into account with history. It's written out. And it did not span the entire realm, but the civilization that it was a part of definitely did span the entire realm. And like, the Americas were like fully populated with big cities. I mean, Chicago used to arguably be a bigger city before the colonization after the mud flood. It used to be a bigger city than it is now. And they basically trashed it, burned it, blew it up, all of it, and started to build over it. But it was like an incredible metropolitan area that like goes way underground everywhere. Like, the tunnel systems alone there are absolutely monstrously vast. So like an entire civilization could fit in just the frickin' tunnels. It's crazy. So, and it's everywhere, like Africa, India, China, dude, pyramids everywhere, sphinxes everywhere, giant tunnel systems, like colossal millions and millions of dead in mausoleums, like frickin' everywhere. It's so big. My estimate is that the old world before the mud flood had at least 100 billion living souls. Like, vastly more populated than the Earth is now. But I mean, they did have the accommodation for it. They did have the giant cities to accommodate all those people. Not just humans, in my opinion. I don't think it's exclusively humans. I don't think it is now, but I think that there were other humanoids among us as well. Only seen Vlad talking. Oh, it's new to you. Oh, okay. Phew. Well, the whole Tartaria has been out there for a while. I mean, if you really want to follow more meticulous research and details, there's a channel completely dedicated to the subject, and it's called My Lunch Break. give you the YouTube channel so you can check it out. It's hundreds of hours with lots of photos, old photos. It's incredible. What caused the mud flood, and could it happen again? Yeah, that's a big mystery. We don't know exactly what caused it. We could speculate what caused it. Right? A lot of people think it might be like some vibrations that literally caused mud to well up and basically cover everything up. Like there would have been like mud volcanoes basically spewing their shit everywhere and covering things up. Something like that. But I mean, when that was happening, nobody was there. Like, people were already dead and vacated. That's the big mystery. How did they disappear? And yeah, my lunch break's latest video does seem to attempt to address that. I haven't watched it yet. Oh yeah, it's now no longer members only. Where did everybody go 2 days ago? So yeah, I'm curious to hear if they have an opinion about it. But it's a mystery. It's a big mystery, and one can fill in this mystery in many different ways. Like, I've argued that the Technium, the super ancient mega computer that can never be rivaled in its power, created by Thoth in like the most ancient era to help the fallen angels try to get back into heaven. Who knows if they succeeded? That it was managing the old world society as like the only world computer, and that it spotted a development trend in all of civilization and realized this is all going more demonic and everything is going to be lost unless there's a reset right now, and that it basically unleashed a giant electric type pulse that would be equivalent to a worldwide what do you call it, a neutron bomb, basically disintegrating all living beings. And only those deep inside mountains and seeds inside and roots inside of the earth would be left. And then right after the mud flood happened, started covering it all up, because underneath all that mud there's no giant pile of skeletons everywhere. That's the weirdest part. Like, it's all these buildings, but there's no sign of all those occupants. There's barely any that they find back. Inside of mountains, they sometimes, in complexes, they do find skeletons, including of elongated headed men and six-fingered, six-toed giants, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's so speculatory. It's a giant mystery. Like, nobody exactly knows how it happened, where all those people went, and like what exactly caused the mud flood. But it's suspected with the mud flood that sound vibrations might have something to do with it, that basically the mud just vibrated, bubbled to the surface, covered everything up. If the flood killed everyone, who buried all of them? No, but the flood didn't kill them. The flood happened afterward. If the flood would have killed them, then there would be piles and piles and piles of skeletons inside of the mud that would be found when digging down. And they're not. They don't find massive amounts of dead people that are stuck in the mud and petrified as they would be. That kind of, they don't find it. Which deepens the mystery. Where did they all go? Because other than that, the only place where they do find like giant amounts of dead are in mausoleums. Millions and millions of them. But those were already dead and put there. The living would have had to put them there But where did all the living go all of a sudden? That is the big mystery. Nobody knows where they went because there's no piles and piles of bodies everywhere underneath the mud. It's a mystery. Nobody really knows where they went. How did that happen? The mud came in afterward, but it didn't like surprise everybody and everybody died in the mud flood. Because then there would be again giant amounts of bodies underneath it, and they're not. They don't find that. They only find bodies inside of mountain complexes. And that's why I think there might have been some kind of neutron bomb-like effect or gigantic terrestrial microwave that just frickin' disintegrated everything that was alive. And left everything that wasn't living standing, like all the buildings. It just left completely unscathed. Right? Which is exactly like how the theoretical neutron bomb is described. I mean, I think they might have gotten the idea of the neutron bomb while trying to speculate how the hell all the living people disappeared after or before the mud flood. Where did they go? Well, maybe they were disintegrated. How would you do that? Well, with some kind of bomb that just disintegrates every living thing. Like the Nikola Tesla death ray type thing. Just go on its frequency and just disintegrate it. Something like that. Yeah, but I agree, Sid the Beat. It is a crazy and scary thing to imagine 100 billion souls all being wiped out. And not just wiped out, but also like disappeared. Like no traces of them. That is scary, I agree. Neutron bomb. Yeah, don't you know about that? Like it's another version of like a nuclear bomb that doesn't blow up. It only destroys, it disintegrates life. That's what it's supposed to do. But it's nonsense. I don't believe in nukes. I don't think that is actually real psyop. Right, but again, it is a mystery. It's a mystery that I will not be able to just solve, especially like right now with what I know. No, I don't know. Yeah, but what fascinates me the most really is after. Just, right, because like especially Americans, you're all fascinated with the story of the founding fathers and like the rugged individualism and patriotism and exploration and going out in the wilderness, and like that is epic. But I mean, the stories you're getting though is complete horseshit. I mean, they knew they were taking over an old world, and they hid it. They hid it from history, and they basically started to have a bunch of Freemasons just claim these old buildings, like, oh, we built that, oh, he just built that in 2 years, and then another one of those gigantic cathedral-like buildings way over there, also in 2 years. I'm like, oh, right, oh, you all built that really quickly, sure you did. No, you did not. Absolute nonsense. You just founded it. Basically, find an old building, claim it is you built it. Everybody in those times knew that's complete nonsense, but yeah, afterward, way after, 100, 200 years later, yeah, people can't immediately tell. Unless they just look at, like, did he really build that in 2 years? That's crazy. How the hell did they build that in 2 years when in this age, with modern equipment, it takes like 5 to 10 years at minimum to build anything like that, and people don't even do it, because in reality probably take even longer, right? And that's how you kind of figure out, like, okay, this is all lies. Just confiscated old architecture there. All right, Sid. Yeah, thanks for being there, and thanks for the questions. Come back anytime. I really appreciate the opportunity to answer all these questions, and now we're moving into Tartaria, because I mean that is a really big subject. Tartaria, to me, or alternative history, it really is like Flat Earth 2.0. Big time. It's like, no trees on Flat Earth is Flat Earth 1.5, and Tartaria is definitely 2, and it's bigger. Because, I mean, it's so mind-blowing to just realize, like, before 1700, it was a completely different world. It was like a steampunk with electricity. Huge world with like other humanoids and like blimps everywhere, and like everybody like with top hats and dresses, and like billions of people, and like mega cities. Like the mega cities they had in their glory age would have looked like kind of like how we now in computers and all that design science fiction space cities, like gigantically high. They were gigantically high, and they did have trains, electric trains, and tunnels, and it's just incredible. Not sci-fi-ish, but in like neoclassicist building styles. Just incredible place. Everywhere. It's just like, whoa, this place, it's like the highest peak of a human civilization this world has probably ever seen. And then it, woof, all of it gone. So is the Tartaria stuff before the Olmec? What is the Olmec? What? I haven't heard of that. Could Google it. Oh! Olmec. Right. No, Tartaria is after the Olmec. And the Olmec probably were part of it. Right? I mean, Tartaria was not like a homogeneous type civilization. There were like a Chicago mega city. But there were still like what we would think of as like more Native American smaller tribes and shit that were pretty damn advanced too, with like healing capabilities and spiritual traveling and all kinds of incredible things, and magic, arguably. And even magical beings like griffins. They were all there. So it's not like the civilization with all cities, they just destroyed everything just to make it all like them. No, it wasn't happening. They were all kind of alongside one another. So maybe these Olmec would have lived alongside the Tartarian civilization. But yeah, it could be the Olmec was older because, yeah, what we consider as Tartarian, the mega cities, it really was peak. It probably didn't all get built insanely long ago. They probably built that in like the 500 years before it. It took some time. Unless they figured out how to build like gigantic stone buildings incredibly quickly. But I mean, we don't know how to do that. The pyramids in Mexico, 66 meters high, not that tall. Yeah! They go further underground though. But I mean, the pyramids in Mexico, yeah, they're not the biggest ones there, but dude, there is like tons of pyramids everywhere. There's pyramids in Europe, in Bosnia. There's pyramids in China, all over the freaking place. There's pyramids in America. They're just not really addressed, but they're like basically mountains. But they're like kind of, they do definitely resemble pyramids, and you're not supposed to dig there. Oh, why could it be that you're not supposed to dig on that mountain? Right? The pyramids are everywhere. But yeah, the pyramids of Giza are ancient and definitely precede the peak of Tartarian civilization. Like that is real, that is super old. Yeah, Tartaria is just like the cream de la crop. It is the top of development, the peak of civilization, because before there's like incredible amounts of civilizations and ancient stuff, and it's not like it all just happened in like a couple of 100 years. No, there was like a big period of time that we just do not know about, because it all got written out of history and replaced with a more sparing amount of history with supposed less people. So there is a giant amount of stuff that just happened that we just don't know about at all, because it's just completely written out. Been to a few in Mexico. Cool. That's interesting. Yeah, Incan pyramids are interesting. Kind of creepy though, to imagine at least what they say was happening there. Right, but Incans also inherited them. Because I think that pyramids were mostly just like energy generators. I think pyramids were actually originally oil-like devices that send energy into the air that would have been used by the giants that were there to feed off it, so that they wouldn't need to eat as much, to make their physiology less strainful for them, because being really big is very strenuous. But with tons of like mana energy in the air, it would be easier, and they didn't need to eat all the time, right? And then after it all basically got shut down is what is described in the Bible, in the book of the giants, that the giants were getting ravenous and just started eating everything. Well, how could a species live being that hungry to the point of insanity? How could they have lived? Well, they wouldn't have lived like that. They would have not had that issue until everything got shut down and suddenly they weren't able to normally function again anymore and got ravenous and self-destructive. And I think that the giants before that had all this mana from the pyramids to feed on, and that made them very civilized and living incredibly long. because their metabolism wouldn't just consume them as much. Right? It's like the giants were supposed to function with active pyramids. Wow, yeah, this show is certainly going all over the place today. In a relatively short time span, too. I don't necessarily want to put more Tartaria in the title, but it is what we're talking about, I guess. But I've gone through all these subjects many times already, and this is not news to people that are already into that sort of thing. Right, if you see the description of the show, yeah, click show more and you get a giant hashtag list, and most of what I'm talking about is in that hashtag list. Oh, yeah, well, Star of Cash, this is a nice roll-out copy of Wikipedia data, but at the end. So they basically just mention, yeah, no mention of Tartarian giant. Yeah, no shit. Of course they don't mention that. They weren't supposed to exist. They still find the giant skeletons, and then the Smithsonian comes in, confiscates it, and destroys it, and doesn't make any note. It's what they've been doing for hundreds of years. Because giants weren't supposed to exist. And Tartaria either. Or, well, Tartaria is like, oh, that's just like a small little region in Russia, and that's it. That's all they want you to think about. That it was just that, and it wasn't like spanning half the world. Because Tartaria probably, or maybe even definitely, but yeah, technically, arguably was also in the Americas, at least on the west coast. It stretched across China, Russia, maybe even into India, and into Eastern Europe, maybe even all the way to the West Europe at some point. It was fast. Right, but yeah, Tartaria is a big research subject, and my lunch break is like getting into the specificities of it a lot, so definitely worth checking out. Also, Mind Unveiled does analyze things about it. That could be a good source. Very meticulous. Right. Right, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break and I'll be right back. Don't forget to Rogan's up the show if you're liking it, and don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. style of pottery. All the pottery. Staircase earth. Yeah, no, but I mean pottery. Pottery is like a real nice and dandy trick from archaeologists. They always want to know about the pottery, because it's total bullshit. Like, dude, the civilization was way beyond just a bunch of pottery. Yeah, I mean, their pottery was literally the gigantic cathedral-like buildings they left. Yeah, that's their pottery. Yeah, and it is consistent. That's the whole thing. You find these same style buildings all over the world. Yeah, the whole neoclassicist style gigantic buildings. Gothic, neoclassicist, both throughout the world. Oh, just a bunch of primitive people and their pottery. Like, bullshit, dude. They were way beyond just a bunch of pottery. It's nonsense. I mean, I have nothing against pottery. I technically use pottery for my dishes. For my plates and everything. I like pottery. But, I mean, there's more to look at in the past than pottery. Seriously. Yeah, the pottery that I use is very consistent with the northeast Catalonian region of Spain and their pottery that they typically make. That's my pottery style, because that's literally where I got it. Or my mother used to get it when we went on vacation there, and then we took a whole bunch of it back to home, and I still have it. Like, I have pottery that's literally 40 years old and older. And it's still very much functional and not broken. Just have to be very careful and not drop shit all over the place every time. Why do the drawings for these buildings still exist in library? The list of builders, craftsmen, the bills, wages. Well, because that was probably real. Right? They would have been records, and they just did not replace those records. But it doesn't logically fit into the bigger picture. And just keep those records, so those records would probably be Tartarian. They keep those. But then people would just think, oh, it's real, and not really try to put that specific piece of information in the bigger picture and realize, like, who the fuck are these people? Where did they get this stuff? Like, this doesn't make any sense, really. Like, the logistics, like, how... Weren't there supposed to be, like, way less people there? Like, if you have a critical eye, then you will, like, look up on it and realize, like, wait, this doesn't really fit in what they say was all there. In London? I'm not talking about London. Jesus Christ. I'm talking about America. The fuck are you talking about, London? Yeah, Okay, if you want to know, there might be a really big building in London that was actually built after the mud flood. Yeah, could be. There could be a building there that was actually really big and really built. They registered all of it. Yeah. Same in North America. Yeah, bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Yeah? Just look at those buildings. Look at the records of it. Dude, just go dig in my lunch break. If you have a problem with this, go take it up with them. Yeah, they show it to you. I'm not gonna now shove everything in your face because you disagree. Because you're like, no, we built it. We. No, you fucking didn't. And your ancestor didn't either. Don't have the time, don't have the material, don't have the logistical capability to do that. Name one then. Those buildings don't have frickin' names, but there's a lot of courthouses. Tons and tons of gigantic courthouses. Insane asylums. Yeah, I don't have the names. Go and watch my lunch break then. Go and watch them. They'll show you with the frickin' photos and the supposed building dates. So just a story then? No. Reality. Not just a story. Well, they give us a story and the story makes no fucking sense and it doesn't fit. Yeah, just because something is written out doesn't mean that it actually logically fits. Right? It's not even about that the registries are fake, it's just that the rest of it is fake. The registry, all that doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. It technically shouldn't have been possible to have all that. Yeah, and I'm not talking about London. Because I don't know about frickin' London. I mean, Europe is way more complicated with this. Because I think that Europe probably had those buildings, and Tartarians probably helped build them. But I don't think Europe got flooded. Or not as much as like the United States. So not just the story. Thanks. You're starting to sound like Loggy. Yeah? This frickin' anti-Tartarian stance. If that is what you are, then you just need to get the fuck out of here, yeah? If you have some kind of problem with Tartaria, then get the fuck out of here. I don't want to deal with you. A local flood. No. Is an entire continent local? Because that mud flood also happened in Russia. It was all over the place. The Netherlands arguably got massively flooded. That's what we used to then build all the dikes with and everything, and then reshape the country into what it is now. That's all post that flood. Not anti-anything. Yeah, no, you do absolutely, you sound like Loggy right now. Exactly like that, yeah? Just a story. Oh, name one. Oh, London. Oh, you bring up London. Oh, you know about the registry. How do you know about all that? I thought you just heard about this. Oh, you got all this information at the rate. Could it be? Could it be you did actually hear about this before and you hate it? And you want to oppose it as an idea and say, no, it didn't happen. It's just a story. Like Loggy. Huh? Are you Loggy? Who? Oh, I guess not. It just sounds like it. Yeah, I left that server because I did not want to deal with that guy anymore. Because I don't respect people that just go la 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 and talk through your scattergun. You never let you finish your sentence because you're having an idea that they cannot accept. It's a story, bro. Yeah, it's not a story. If you don't want to accept, dude, I'll fucking kick you out. I'll kick you out if you keep acting like this. Yeah, I do not accept that. Yeah, if you want to be in denial of this, do it on your own. Don't fucking tell me you don't believe it. I don't care. Yeah? You go not believe it somewhere else then. Yeah? Ask me about things that you're interested in, like Flat Earth, and I'll talk to you about it. Don't fucking come in my chat and just start whining about how you think it's all bullshit. I don't give a shit. Yeah? And I'm not here to do all kinds of work for you to try to convince you that you're wrong about it. Scary? Oh, okay. Bye! Go fuck yourself. You're out of here. Don't talk to me like that. Ever. I don't care who you are. If you're new, you don't talk to me like that. Yeah. You wanna know? You go figure it out. I'm not here to dissuade you, and I'm not here to entertain your unreasonable skepticism. Because it's not reasonable. Laid it out exactly how I see it, what I think happened, how it happened, and if you don't like that, well then fuck off. Yeah, it's that simple. Yeah, it's real. Absolutely real. These things happen. People did not build gigantic cathedral-sized buildings by the thousands, by the fucking thousands, in just a couple of years each. Yeah, with a microscopic amount of population. It's bullshit, and if you think that's real, you're retarded. And I will not entertain you. Yeah, we inherited the ancient world. Deal with it. You don't want to accept it? Well, go fuck yourself, or go build a fucking gigantic 20-story stone cathedral in 2 years then, dipshit. Yeah, nobody does that. Nobody's ever fucking done that here. So, shut the fuck up. Yeah? You go figure out a better alternative history then. What really happened. Yeah? You're not doing anything. Yeah, looking up shit on Wiki is not freaking proof of anything. It's just a stupid made-up story with timelines that's like arbitrarily decided. Like, what's the actual evidence of those timelines? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's literally wet finger work. Yeah, why don't you ask them how they established those timelines? Dude. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the only way you can truly be certain about historical events is if they have been written down by those people for you to read back. And that is how you know. Yeah? A bunch of archaeologists just like, oh, we found these ruins. It's from this era. Oh, really? What do you base that? Oh, bunch of pottery. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. It's historical deception. It's a Freemasonry psyop. And I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna participate with that horse shit. Yeah? Right. So yeah, that happens every now and then. Very annoying. Like people that have like anti-Tartaria stance like that, I can't stand those people. They're fucking retards, really. Yeah, if you think that the official history we get that's real, I'm sorry, it's pathetic. It's just you not having the ability to let go. It's equivalent to ballerism. You just can't let it go. There's so much of it. Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit history. A lot of completely arbitrary timeline made up horse shit. That's right. It is what it is. You don't like it? Oh, you really appreciated the stories? I get it. I appreciated history too. I like the stories. But I'm not gonna pretend like that's real. Because I know better now. Yeah? And I like to stick to the truth and not some nostalgic memory of how things were not a deception when I've discovered they blatantly are. I'm not expecting everybody to be able to deal with that, but if you can't, then get the fuck out of my face. Yeah? It's no different than just like telling people that 9/11 was an inside job in like the early 2000s and how they responded and like get aggressive and shit. It's like, yeah, it's just because you can't fucking deal with it. Like, get out of my face. Yeah, there's a lot of things in this world that are completely made up horse shit. It's so full of it. And there will be parts that you, when you hear it, you won't be able to handle it. Well, it's not my damn problem. Yeah, you deal with your inability to handle it on your own then. Don't bother me with it. Yeah, but if you want to figure out what really happened, that's when you come to me. Because that's where I shine. That's where I can, like, let's just try to put it together. Like, just like historical Legos. You just keep putting it together and see what comes out and if it makes any kind of sense. And then there's holes and then like, oh, I have to redo it and maybe think of it differently. And again and again and again and again, over and over and over again until it's like, until you just get to see all the range of possibilities. Yeah, it's the same thing that I've done with cosmology, is how I eventually came to the looping staircase model. Like, yeah, this is like a final result type idea after a decade of speculating. Doesn't mean that it's absolutely true, but in my view it remains within the line of possibilities. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating to speculate about. Right? Alright. Anyway. It's very tedious when it happens. So I thought we were having a great conversation. Then he does something like that, and I'm like, nope. I just have an incredibly low tolerance level for that sort of behavior. I just will not accept it. And you're like, you ruined the flow. You literally ruined my flow. As far as I'm concerned, that's a ban-worthy offense. around out with that. But yeah, I mean, you don't shut up when you go there. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna ban you. Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't come back, but do not come back with that attitude. Yeah, because you're not going to push how you see it on me. That's never gonna happen. And I felt that you tried, and that's unacceptable to me. Do not attempt to like dissuade me. Especially like registry bullshit. Like, no. Hello, Amanda Young. See you. It's been quite a show. You seem upset? Yeah, just kicked the guy out because he just went anti-Tartaria tard on me. And that's... I despise people that do that. I really do. And I'm not even like saying like he's evil or anything. It's just... I hate that behavior. Like the sudden heel turn, like oh, all these things, yeah, and then suddenly go, this, no, not this. Like, fuck you, retard. Yes, that, all of it, and more. There's so much more things that you probably. Yeah, I'm still in the middle of trying to figure out core components, and it's a mystery, and that's how I want to deal with it. I'm not here to debate it with some fucking skeptic. Fuck you. Alright, so yeah, that's why I'm a little upset, but I mean, it's not the first time this happens. It's just, it really irritates me when people do that. Yeah, like, oh, they registered this thing in London. Oh, really? So that explains how, like, 100,000 buildings in the United States were all built, like, within the time span of 100 years, taking 2 years each? Like, it's fucking nonsense, dude. Like, it's embarrassing that you even bring forth such an argument in response to all that. That's just retarded. Like, I don't want to deal. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna round out the show. It's been over 2 hours, so I think it's been pretty good overall. And I'm getting hungry and I gotta get some groceries. So thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 PM Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over to Rumble Live Chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. Could really use it. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2407 on a Sunday. Hope to see you all then. Everybody have a great weekend, and until the next video, keep it flat.